Hi there, it's Sharon Waxman, the editor of TheWrap, coming to you from TheWrap's studio at the Sundance Film Festival 2023, live, in person. So excited to be here, welcoming the subject of and the director of a documentary that's playing here at the festival called It's Only Life After All. So welcome to director Alexandria Bombach.
Thank you.
And to the Indigo Girls, I hope I'm going to say your names right, Amy Ray. And Emily Saliers.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Salier because
It used to be French. Yeah, it used to be.
Yes, decades,
Generations ago. Yeah.
It's a delightful film, Alexandria, congrats, and so much fun to learn about the history of Indigo Girls and where you are now and this incredible collaboration that you've had, which is almost unprecedented. I just want to say, 4 years ago, I interviewed at our studio David Crosby for a documentary that Cameron Crowe did, who just passed yesterday, just passed. And he talked about like how he can't talk to his fellow bandmates. It's one of the things I asked him about. So I was really struck by how you've maintained a creative collaboration all these decades now and a friendship. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, we grew up in almost the same neighborhood, met in elementary school, went to high school together, ended up graduating from the same university. And so our lives, the trajectory like that was just aligned for a long time. But the reason why we've stayed together so long is because we have a real respect for each other's autonomy, artistically and personally, and also a respect for what we do together as Indigo Girls. So there's a lot of like healthy separation. And then we both are committed to working on the same sort of issues. So we're aligned in our politics and activism. And, you know, I love Amy as an artist and as a human being. So it's just, we have a really healthy balance. But it is quite remarkable when you think about it in terms of years.
Absolutely remarkable. Amy, how do you think about this? And do you realize how rare it is?
Yeah, I think about it as being like we're super lucky and blessed to have.
So you're going to say superheroes.
And
No.
I won't toot that horn, but we're blessed, you know, and we met each other when we were 10 and started being friends when I was around 15 and Emily was 16. And I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's kismet or something, and you just follow it and respect it. And my feeling is that what we have is so special, and both of us know that, and we protect it.
How
with everything
you protect it?
By just trying to hang on to respect for each other, and if we're mad, you know, trying to like always work things out and always be kind, and so, you know, just give each other space and love each other and realize that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. You know, that's a very important thing.
So mature. Oh my God.
Well,
I don't expect
I'm 58
artists.
years old. So.
There's lots of therapy.
I didn't say that when I was 20. You know.
Well, okay, but I mean, what do you like? What do you when you say when you get mad? Obviously, when like you're grooving creatively, it's great. But what do you get mad? If I can say that was your phrase. What do you get mad about when that happens?
I don't think it's mad. It's just like if we disagree about things, we have to talk them out and be like, I don't feel this way, and she'll be like, we'll just have a conversation. And usually though, there's times when you just know it's more important to the other person than it is to you. And you just know it, you know?
It sounds like
give in.
Much like a marriage, actually. I know that
it is like a marriage.
But it's like a work marriage in a way, right?
It's a primary relationship in our lives. You know, our marriage is in this.
Yeah.
It's like, it's I mean, when you think about it, how long we've known each other is 48 years, really.
Yeah, I'm just remembering also, I think it's like keep flooding back in my mind, that there was a doc I saw so many years ago here about Metallica and how it was all about them going to therapy. The whole of Joe Berlinger's and
I saw it.
Yeah. And so I'm just saying, like, I just keep thinking it's very rare. It's very rare that respect and ability to persevere through whatever those challenges are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've both gone to our own therapy in life and learned a lot along the way. And I just think that the way that we work together and respect each other is the way that we want to live out in the world as well, and how we try to respect other people. And it's just something that we just sort of work at as people. And then we just find it important thing to try to be, and you're not always that way, I know I'm not,
Yeah.
but I try to be, because life is better when we're all like make room for each other.
True. So, Alexandria, how did you come to want to even make this documentary?
Well, I've been a fan since I was 12.
Oh my gosh.
Their music has, been the soundtrack of a lot of my life. So, but I was actually making my last film, went to a concert with Kathleen Horan, who's longtime friends of Emily and Amy. She let me tag along, and I got to tag along to the green room in the back after the show, got to meet Emily and Amy, was just kind of blown away by how kind they were and how authentic, and they're just exactly who you'd think they would be. Just really amazing people. And immediately I was like looking on my phone really quickly in the green room to see if a doc had been made yet, and there hadn't been. And so I asked Kathleen to talk to them about it, and really grateful that they said yes and trusted me with that.
Yeah, that is a lot of trust. Like, they gave you all their
It was very intimidating.
tapes,
Yeah.
big stacks of. That's one of the most fun parts of the film, is that you cut between all of these interviews over different decades, and the I would just say the love, is pretty much identical. It's like it's so present in all of those moments. It's very cool. It's very cool. What were some of the challenges you had? I guess maybe plowing through all of that.
Yeah,
stuff?
I mean, filming was so easy and joyful. It was for us. We got to go to shows and stuff. So it was hard to focus on filming because it was just so amazing to be at shows and to spend one time with them at home. Like, that was so incredible. The hard part is really the edit. And especially because this edit, a lot of it happened during COVID, during lockdown and all that stuff. So it was very isolating. And then, going through, it was, over 1,000 hours of footage. So it was a lot. And,
The film is 500 hours long. I think that, you could have cut a little more, but,
Well, yeah, I don't know if I could, but, yeah, I don't know. But it's, it's two people's lives over a long period of time, and their relationship with each other and their relationship to the band, and so much that happened in culture. Their careers span decades of evolution around, sexism and homophobia, and just politically our society, how we treat these things. So there was a lot to go over, and they went through all of that. So it's a lot of representation.
Well, we should talk about that because, it is part of the fabric of Indigo Girls, is the fact that you're both gay, you're both lesbians, you're not a lesbian couple, you're just out in the world, and that how the culture has approached the LGBTQ community has changed so dramatically in the years. Like if you were just coming up as musicians now, it might not be much of a thing. But it was a thing, and it was something that you experienced, and you talk about. Emily talked about it because you talk about it very eloquently in the film.
Yeah, I don't know if I can be eloquent about it now, but I think it was a different time. There weren't there weren't a lot of other openly queer artists, gay artists, whatever they were called at that time, and I think that in some ways it has gotten better. Societally, though, just the homophobia that exists, transphobia in particular right now, we're always going to have a long way to go until we break down systemic systems of sexism and the patriarchy, and get a equal footing for, just recognizing the dignity of human beings. So back then, it was a time where we were the lesbian band, and we didn't have an image that anybody could really market, and we just were ourselves. But, it's just incredibly liberating to have been open for most of all of that. I had some fear early on in the film. We discussed that. Amy was always out and open, but just to be liberated by being out, and then to be part of the evolution of the movement for queer rights and human rights. And there were always people who came before us who paved the way for us. So I think I have a lot of respect for the continuum. And while it is better, we just have, we can see in our political system how far we have to go in this country.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's one of you says in the film that it's more the sexism is more the issue than even homophobia, which is a tough call, I have to say. But it is true that there's just still not enough women artists, musicians out there who are recognized or who are promoted. It still feels like a very male centric music industry to me as a consumer.
And two, you're right. And two, with regards to the sexism being the issue, it's not like sexism versus homophobia, but at the heart of homophobia is this is what a man is supposed to be and this is what a woman is supposed to be, and never the two shall meet. So the sexism is about a heteronormative approach to gender, sexuality, and the way that that is at the core of it all is a sexism, and the female side of the gender always gets the hardest knocks in a male-dominated world, and that's just a fact. And the industry is still largely dominated by men, but Alexandria has been talking about when they ask, what do you want to see in the film world more of? And it's more roles for women in editing and filmmaking and directing and cinematography, whatever the case may be. Amy and I, we really try to make a point of hiring women or, non-identifying people when we can, so that we just provide more opportunity for women and just try to level the playing field. So that's just an ongoing pursuit.
Do you want to comment on that?
I don't need to add to that. I think, I'm down with all that. Yeah, we agree. We agree with this.
Do you still live in Georgia? Where do you guys live?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we both do.
Well, that's another thing. Like you won't go I want to say the predictable route.
No,
Well, I mean,
we're tied.
like,
We're tied.
yeah.
We're tied to Georgia. Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it's
We have
home.
family there.
Our families are there. Our communities,
Our management.
our management. We grew up there, so we didn't want to leave, and we didn't have to. You don't have to leave.
And you're still making new music together?
Yeah,
Writing?
we had a record come out a couple of years ago called Look Long, and we tour all the time. We have a
Sell out shows constantly.
Yeah,
we have
you can see it in the film. It's
a
amazing.
movie in the works called Glitter and Doom that uses all of our music. It's kind of a Moulin Rouge in a way, about two gay men and their relationship and through our music, and that's gonna come out at some point next year. And then
That you're directing, or that you
no, just, I
inspired?
just use our music.
Yeah,
Maybe this year, we'll see. Yeah,
that's exciting.
yeah.
I hope this is the beginning of reintroducing your music to a whole new set
Yeah,
of listeners,
yeah,
like not
yeah.
have.
I mean, we've never had
found it.
there's never been a gap. Yeah,
I mean,
we've been continuously working and
What's so
making
cool about the
records.
Indigo Girls is that it's been generations and generations of fans. There's no one particular generation that are fans of Indigo Girls. And what's so cool about this film, too, is it's really speaking to a Gen Z audience, especially a young queer Gen Z audience.
Yeah.
And I've seen that over and over again. And their story means so much to so many people. And you really see that in the film.
Amazing. Total pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Honored. Good luck with the film.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
The Wrap.
The Wrap
Appreciate
Studio.
it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.